So here are the dry ingredients. I've already pre-mixed the almond flour with the coconut flour and the baking powder. Just give it a nice little stir, 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 stir. And when you're stirring it, make sure you get all the lumps out of it. Now we're going to transition to the flaxseed egg. Now, when I did the ingredients, I didn't put in it, I used the flaxseed meal, but I only had 3 eggs in my refrigerator, so I was like, let me try this with flaxseed eggs, you know? So being a little different. But the recipe is pretty much 1 tablespoon of flax seeds and 3 tablespoons of water. Now we're going to start mixing everything up together. Start with the butter first. I like to cream it together to make sure it's nice and soft and loosen up. And then next you're going to add the sugar. Keep mixing until it's firmly all mixed together. You're going to let that mix for a while. And you just want to make sure the sugar and butter is completely incorporated. Okay, after that we're going to add the flaxseed eggs. Now it calls for 4, so I had already did the 4-time batch in 1 big bowl. So like I said before, it's 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal, 3 tablespoons of water, and that equals 1 egg. Next we're going to add in our milk. And I had this on medium speed. You don't want it too fast, but you want it to mix but not to splatter everywhere. Add in your vanilla. And after you add in your vanilla, you can start adding your dry mix. I did a spoonful of the dry mix. That way it can get fully incorporated and not too clumpy. And then you want to scrape down your bowl in between, halfway through, really get to that bottom section and make sure it's really fully incorporated. And we're going to finish adding all the rest of the dry mix. And after you've had it completely mixed, your mixture should look like voila. Nice, white, fluffy. You see a lot of the brown specks in there because that is from the flaxseed meal. So I never actually made it with the flaxseed meal, but it looks pretty good. And look at it in the pan. And then voila, it is all baked. Looks pretty nice. I'm excited. Now let's flip it out of the pan. This was the moment of truth. I was very nervous doing this, considering I just used this pan for the first time. But the finished product, I was very pleased. And time to reveal. Ta-da! So, I believe it came out pretty good. It was a little crumbly, probably because we used the flaxseed egg instead of the real eggs. But overall, I was very pleased with the results. Next, I was working on actually putting it on a plate for presentation purposes. This was the hard part. I did let the cake cool, but it still was very, very soft to the touch. So I tried it with the spatula, then I just went to my hands because it was a lot more easier to handle. On the inside, it did sink in a little bit, which was kind of perfect because I was going to carve out a hole for the filling, which I'm using mixed berry mixture. So that worked out very well. My mixed berry mixture was still kind of warm. As you can see, the steam coming off top. Now I'm going to put on the top. All right. Ooh, it's together. It looks nice. Now you can look how beautiful this was before the destruction happened. Putting on my little berries, looking all good. And then domino effect. 1 piece, 2 piece, and 3 pieces. So once the fall happened, we decided to put the camera on the side. That way you can see more of the pretty side. Everyone knows every cake has a pretty side. But I still finished to the end, not giving up. Famous word of Galaxy Quest. Never give up, never surrender. And voila, that is the final piece of the Morse almond cake.